in today's live stream. And I wanted to talk about mainly, this is, by the way, pertaining to a recent study on behalf of how most women find over 80% of men unattractive. So, with that being said, I could just imagine by women finding so many men as unattractive, how, and due to the indecisive and wishy-washy nature of most women, how so many women are hard to please. Well, for some of my guys who may not be in long-term committed relationships, mainly my guys who have not been in a relationship for over a year, some of my guys who may just go from woman to woman, you may meet women in most cases on behalf of a dating app. There is a high both possibility and high probability of, if you do end up settling down, married, and meeting that right, the right woman, that special someone, chances are she may not be physically attracted to you. Chances are she may just settle for you, most likely, excuse me, because I just had to burp, due to your resources. In other words, may end up settling down and marrying with you, in some cases starting a family with you, having either a child or children with you, due to how she may look at you as a come up, only to have the slightest interest in you as far as a superficial standpoint, as far as being physically attracted to you, due to how so many women, not only due to how women find the majority, over 80% men, are unattractive nowadays, but due to how, once again, fellas, so many women out there are so hard to please. Because I think about how there are guys who are in the streets all the time, guys who are bad boys, guys who may be drug dealers, who may be gang bangers, who may currently be in a relationship with a woman and may even be married in some cases, may have been with the same woman that he may have met either in middle school or high school. Only, hey, and thanks for joining the live once again. Only, and not to realize that that same woman who he may be in a long-term committed relationship with, may be with him, may have chosen him due to his bad boy nature, and due to how so many women go for bad boys nowadays, not realizing how she may not be even slightly interested in him on a superficial level. And this also states the title of the video, how most women nowadays are either selling in relationships or will end up selling on behalf of my single women who aren't quite married yet, who aren't in a long-term relationship, as far as my women who may not currently have a steady boyfriend. Chances are you will most likely meet that special someone. For all my women who may be single, now I know the marital rate in the black community, specifically the black American community, is at an all-time low. But on behalf of my sisters, even my women of other races who may like to marry one day and may like to start your very own family and very own foundation one day, chances are you may end up having to settle for a guy who you're not hardly attracted to at all, who you may most likely be with due to his current resources. Either he may have a whole lot of investments, or if not that, he may have a highly successful career, a good head over his shoulders, only for you to not be physically attracted to him at all. And think about how, ladies, some of your grandparents, your grandmothers, who may be lucky enough to still have your grandmothers who, on behalf of your grandmothers who are still alive, some of you with grandmothers who are still alive, how, and this is on behalf of your grandmothers who may have been married to your grandfathers for so many years, may currently be married to your grandfathers, may have started families with your grandfathers. Chances are your grandmothers wasn't really satisfied with your grandfathers. She just ended up settling for him, chances are, because he may have had a job. If your grandfathers are most likely are still alive, and if they are most likely currently retired from a job they may have been on for, I would say, 30 or 35 years, chances are she may have not had the slight interest in him on a physical or superficial level. She may have just most likely settled for your grandfather due to him having a job when an excellent 401k package, an excellent federal thrift savings plan package. And not only that, due to how his job may have provided him with excellent benefits as far as excellent health insurance or medical insurance, excellent dental vision insurance. This is just another example of how most women, due to the average female's nature, how so many women nowadays are hard to please, we're usually are usually selling for a guy. Right now, chose to settle for a guy. For all my married women who may have started families with some guys, you may have settled for those guys you're currently with, not based upon a superficial or a physical attraction standpoint, once again, but due to how you most likely looked at him as, you may have been attracted to him due to his height. But as far as you look finding him as an attractive guy, you may have not found him even slightly attractive. You may have just went for him due to his height, first of all, and due to him having a highly successful job, a job paying six figures or more. With that being said, what's my name? My real name is Derek Nancy, Miss Nancy. Anyways, this is a prime example for some of you who may just be joining my live. This is on behalf of how, due to how so many women nowadays are so hard to please, so many of my women who are married, who are in long-term relationships and have been married for years, who ended up marrying that special someone, that special guy who you may have ended up meeting in high school, for instance, or college. Chances are you may have ended up settling for that guy due to him having, once again, a very good job. If not that, due to him having a nice car. If not that, due to him having a nice house. Not even having the slightest interest in him physically. Due to how, once again, I stated this at the very beginning of the live for some of you who may just now be joining me on this live stream. This is based upon also a study from a good while ago, from not long ago at all, on behalf of how most women find only 80% of men attractive. And this just goes to show you how most women would never ever be easy to be satisfied. Most women cannot be happy regardless, because there are some women, when guys who are athletes, when guys who are athletes in either the MLB, Major League Baseball, the NFL, the NBA, who may have had children by those guys, only for them to end up leaving those guys right after they may have had children with them. Case in point, look at the PJ Washington and Brittany Renner situation. This also goes to show you, due to the Brittany Renner and PJ Washington situation, how most women are hard to please. And for the women who ended up, for some of you who may once again be just now joining the live, most of the women who ended up selling in relationships for guys who they may have been married to for X amount of years, may have ended up even selling and having kids with these guys. Chances are those women weren't even slightly physically attracted to those guys. Chances are those women just went for those guys, ended up starting families with those guys and marrying those guys due to the guy's resources, due to that guy, in other words, having a very high paying job, making around $100,000 a year or more. And this is on behalf of all of you women who may come on to shows by the likes of the Pop the Balloon show, the Ashley, aka Ashley L. Dalton show, the Kendra G show, who always are desiring this six-figure man. these women, even if they were to finally be able to meet that six-figure man, especially on behalf of so many of you women with multiple kids from previous relationships who have never been married, once you were to end up, let's just say hypothetically, meeting that six-figure man, chances are you wouldn't be hardly even slightly physically attracted to this man. Chances are you would just want him for his resources, and that was it. And then once you were to find that six-figure man, let me also say how you wouldn't just get with him for his resources, but chances are, if you were to end up marrying that six-figure man who you be slightly attracted to, slightly physically attracted to, you may end up filing for divorce from him only so you could be able to collect all the alimony you could be able to, along with the child support, if you were to end up having your very first child by him, or in some cases, children by him. Anyways, make sure, because I'm going to end this video, make sure to like, share, comment, last not least, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'm out.